Some events don't just change a country, they completely shatter its identity. Tonight, we're diving into one of those moments, a single violent night that brought a 240-year-old dynasty to a shocking and, well, a really bloody end. The date is June 1st, 2001. Inside the walls of the royal palace in Kathmandu, Nepal, something absolutely unthinkable happened. In just a few hours, the entire core of a nation's royal family was just gone. So our story really begins, and in a lot of ways ends, right inside the Narayanhiti Royal Palace. This was supposed to be a normal family gathering, a private get-together they did every month. But it would end up being the scene of one of the most tragic royal events in modern history. The sheer scale of the loss is just devastating. We're talking about the beloved King Birendra and Queen Aishwarya, their children, Crown Prince Dipendra, Prince Nirajan, and Princess Shruti. The entire immediate line of succession wiped out. And on top of that, 5 other senior members of their family. The whole dynasty was just left in ruins. So what on earth happened? Well, in the absolute chaos of the aftermath, an official investigation was launched. And what it concluded painted a really dark, really disturbing picture, putting the blame squarely on one of the victims himself. The official report basically defined the event like this. Crown Prince Dipendra, the heir to the throne, opened fire on his own family. The motive? Well, that's been debated for years, but the state's conclusion was that the prince was the one who did it. The timeline they presented was brutally simple. The family gets together for their monthly dinner. Later that evening, the crown prince starts his attack. And in the aftermath, it's a scene of absolute carnage, with Dipendra himself found critically injured from what they ruled was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And this is where the story takes a truly bizarre turn. With his father, King Birendra, dead, the alleged killer, Crown Prince Dipendra, was technically next in line for the throne. And so, while he was lying in a coma, he was actually declared the new king of Nepal. The nation's monarch was literally on life support. King Dipendra's reign, if you can even call it that, lasted just 3 days. After he died from his injuries, the crown passed to the late King Birendra's brother, Gyanendra, who happened to be one of the few senior royals who wasn't at the party that night. He was now the king of a totally devastated and confused nation. But here's the thing. For the people of Nepal, the official story just felt incomplete. Too many things didn't add up. And as the whole nation was grieving, suspicion and doubt really started to grow. This was the question on everybody's mind. Was a family dispute really enough to make the heir to the throne slaughter his entire family? Or was there something else going on here? The official report just failed to convince the public. And this quote gets right to the heart of it. To this day, a lot of Nepalis believe in all these alternative theories, and they point to inconsistencies in the evidence and a real lack of transparency in the investigation as reasons to doubt the whole official story. So, no matter what you believe truly happened, the fallout from that night was absolute. The massacre didn't just kill a family. It fatally wounded the entire institution of the monarchy itself. To really get why this was such a fatal blow, you have to remember what was going on at the time. This didn't happen in a vacuum. By 2001, Nepal was already in the middle of a violent Maoist insurgency that was challenging the very idea of a monarchy. The trust between the people and the palace was already pretty thin. This event didn't just shake things up. It shattered what little trust was left, and it dramatically sped up the decline of a once revered institution. Wow, this timeline right here just shows you how fast everything fell apart. Look at this. June 2001, the massacre happens. Immediately, Gyanendra is king, but his reign is chaotic and public support for the monarchy just collapses. Only 7 years later, in 2008, the 240-year-old institution is literally voted out of existence. And with that, the kingdom was no more. Nepal completely transformed, officially becoming a federal democratic republic. The whole chain of events that started with a gunshot in a palace ended with a total remaking of the nation's government. So, while the political outcome is clear, the truth of what happened that night is still shrouded in mystery. The monarchy is a relic of history now, but those unanswered questions about its violent ends still echo today, leaving all of us to wonder what really happened inside those palace walls on June 1st, 2001.